All right, welcome back. This is pod 3. Is that right, Bo?
Pod number 3.
Pod number 3. Introduce Tomlin today, one of
Sir.
our gig members. How long you been a member? It's been a long time. I mean, like
I say, but
got started just about.
yeah,
Like,
my mom didn't let me come out, and then I decided to show
the
up one
closet
day.
or?
Oh no.
all right.
Good one, bro.
She always had that grasp on me, like she didn't want me to let me out of her sight. And then
Yeah.
I decided to come around, and I was like, "Oh, this is fun." Started doing it.
Yeah, Mom was afraid you get out in the real world and
I wish
see how
Mama
handsome
Tomlin
you
had
were
grasp on
and
me.
take advantage of you. But
We did take it.
oh yeah, we did. We definitely did.
Sorry,
but,
my grandmother's here.
yeah, real. That's pretty. SC on your locker too. That's pretty funny. But anyway, glad you could come here.
Oh, yeah.
Sadly, Quinn wanted to reload bullets today, so he won't be able to make it.
Got to prepare for the war.
Very fake. The war that is definitely coming eventually.
What an excuse, bro. I can't be on the pod. I'm reloading bullets after church.
What a Chad.
For
That must
real,
have been a
what
good
a-
sermon right
What
there.
the fuck, man? Who's ever going to tell you? Who's ever going to shit on you for that excuse? Reload bullets after church? Okay.
For our new viewers and listeners, don't forget to check us out on Instagram at GHG18, period after the G, period after the H. For fitness-related content. For our Spotify listeners, this podcast is posted to YouTube for those who would prefer to also watch. We hope you're having a good day so far, and we are glad to be a part of it. At County locals that need their car detailed, hit up one of our members, Owen Taylor, on Facebook at Grind to Shine. And for those of you looking for a good quality handyman for an affordable price, hit up Will Murphy at 1-662-231-4012. So,
Yeah, and for other people that are addicted, like this guy over here, you can hit up the Fulton Smoke Shop.
for real?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you guys need your fixes or you need new pieces and stuff, like
Absolutely.
Or a
definitely
new
check them out.
phone, come to AT&T.
They got great stuff on the display. Okay. No way you just...
I had to.
Sure
I
did.
had to.
Shout out AT&T, guys. Shouts out
Okay,
AT&T.
all right.
Only the Fulton location.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it.
No.
But
nothing
once he quits,
fucking-
then no more.
Yeah, come see him. He's going to be the manager one day. So, tell me about yourself.
My name's Isaac.
Yeah, man.
Short. Yes, I don't know. What you
Okay.
want to say? I got retard strength. That's what I've
Okay.
been told.
Okay.
Uh,
Your mama tell you that?
no.
Okay.
Y'all tell me all the time. Because y'all don't understand how, when I deadlift, how I get it up, and you're like, what the heck's going on? Like a question mark pulling it up.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just here.
What you do for a living?
Work at AT&T, soon to be the manager.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
He's been showing up. I mean, he works. I mean, we were gonna have him on an earlier pod, but he had to work. You know, he took priority over that, so I'm very proud of him. Yeah, he's a hard worker. I think he is. I think he shows up, does what needs to be done. So, what about worldly events today? Like, you know, with the train, often now we're seeing more train derailments and chemicals, you know, spilling out.
Man, we're coming out with the hard balls, huh?
Oh yeah, we're gonna start swinging. We're
Chemicals in the water.
fucking swinging immediately. So
You already know, like, like it's just kind of crazy how at first they're like, no one talk about it, no one say a fucking word, and now they're like, it happened, but it didn't really happen because it wasn't really that bad, you know. And it's like it's pretty much a nuclear bomb, killing like small animals, killing fish.
yeah,
We could have a whole Blake pod on him just going off on this
Hey,
situation.
I'd be here for it.
Real
Listen,
shit.
I'd
I'd
listen.
be real for that.
Oh, I mean, like, and it's
Down
crazy
for
how, like, you know, he had the train derailment in, like, Ohio
It's
first.
not just
and it's
one.
really, like, well, that really just blew up.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing all these other ones, and it's like, I don't know if people are just posting it more because that one blew up, and it's just often, you know,
Well,
often
not-
occurrence. But
No,
so-
that shit used to be big news if
Yeah, I
any train
know.
derailed at all.
And a
like
lot- and a lot
passenger
of
trains
it's-
or anything.
a lot of them, like the conductors of the trains and stuff, they had alarms going off and telling them that shit's fucked up, and they kept going, and then it just, you know, derailed. I mean, they kept going. They just ignored the alarms and stuff. You have shit overheating, got a fucking like fire going on, and you just cruising along, you know. It's
Yeah,
it's also crazy to me that how like it's obviously causing death and you know it's harmful. I mean, there's animals dying and stuff like this, and then it's fine. It's because they don't want to take accountability
And
for it.
people getting sick and
I thought it
Yeah.
might also be like domestic terrorism. To be honest, now that's speculation. That's like conspiracy, in my opinion.
I don't even think it's. I don't know, bro.
I mean,
I
we
think it's
got
just,
Chinese spy balloons that showed up almost everywhere, just about, and they never confirmed the total number amount of them.
Yeah.
They had explosive devices on them, but it's not that big of a deal, you know. And
Well, the explosive devices weren't meant to blow up anything on the ground.
it was just to destroy
It's to
evidence.
destroy the
Yeah.
recordings and whatever they got on there, information.
Exactly. But still, I mean, it's like it doesn't matter. It's still an explosive device on U.S. soil.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
to really fuck everybody up is if it's like Pentagon's doing all of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
God.
I've seen a lot of theories that, they were claiming that the balloons are UFOs and there's UFOs that are actual UFOs. And this has happened directly after train derailment blew up, right? Everyone's like talking about the train derailment, and then all of a sudden there was like this big segue towards UFOs and shit.
Yeah, but they knew
Like it
that.
happened, it correlated.
What's fucked up is like they knew so when it's a UFO, it's just classified as unidentified flying object, but they knew exactly what the fuck it was.
That's what I'm saying. It's like UFOs is in balloons, right? And then they're talking about UFOs as in actual unidentified flying objects, like objects that are totally not balloons. They're like aliens. Probably not aliens. Probably just an aircraft from China.
Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck
Yeah,
knows?
we'll never know. We'll never get the truth out of the government. You're like, man, I can't wait to get full disclosure on this and transparency.
The only time you'll ever get the truth
Yeah.
out of the government is when it's going to distract you from something more meaning.
that is very fucking true.
Watch this hand while I do this.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I was watching a pod the other day talking about how they still haven't released any of the CIA documents or any of the documents of the JFK assassination that relates to the CIA.
Yeah.
Like, all of that is still blacked out.
Yeah, I
And
wonder why.
that was supposed to be released like 4 years ago.
There could have been any inside influence in that whatsoever. I don't know. I do believe that there could be like some extraterrestrial, like alien life form. I mean, like even if it's not tangible, like spiritual. I don't know. I think there's something. I think there's definitely something that's
interdimensional.
yeah, anything. I think there's definitely something that's there.
Multidimensional.
I've always been a big believer on like it's usually the simplest explanation is usually the one should be going with first. I think it's a lot of conclusions to be jumped through for
Well,
your
I'm
like
gonna give it to you,
aliens or
like,
extra-dimensional
bro,
beings. It's
there-
fine if you believe in that, but
There's an infinite
It's
amount of
still-
possibilities, bro.
How do y'all feel about the Mandela effect? I'm just throwing this out here. Curveball.
I think it's just
I don't know.
confirmation bias. It's just like, oh man, I forgot that this little thing that I forgot when I was a kid and remembered a different way, and everyone sees it and it's like, oh, actually that's the way it was. So everyone confirms it to each other, and now it's like a big effect, and it's real in everyone's
but
mind.
it didn't start-
See, I remember like the Berenstein Bears.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Berenstain
But
now.
at the same
Stain,
time,
Berenstain.
Berenstain, but now it's
Stein?
Berenstein.
Yeah,
It
Bro, I
must
feel
be
like I remember
Berenstein.
being Berenstein and Berenstein.
It's Berenstein.
EIN.
All right, what about
I
the
don't
Curious
remember
George
anything about
books? Y'all remember Curious George hanging up on his
Having
tail?
a tail?
Yes.
Did not have a,
Yeah,
he did not have a tail.
I remember seeing a book cover where he was hanging on his tail, but
Literally, it was one where he was hanging on a tree limb.
He had
by his tail
banana.
and eating a banana.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He remembers, bro.
Like there was
All
literally
I'm
a
saying.
bundle of bananas on the ground, and he was eating one.
Yes.
For real. I swear to
I
God.
remember that. I remember seeing it.
That's just like small shit that don't really fucking matter. The whole reason.
Bro, you got a whole ass shed that wasn't even there, bro. I don't want to hear that.
Real shit. But no, this motherfucker is not from this earth, bro. Because he walked out the back of my house the other day, and he was like, "This patio was not here."
I never seen his patio before. And I was like, I didn't say that it wasn't here,
You have
but
a
I was
back?
like,
Yeah, you know.
yeah, I never knew he had a
Okay,
back,
so you know
bro.
where the gym is, right?
Yeah.
You know how it hangs out from the rest of the house?
Yes.
And to the right, like you're facing the house in the gym, you look off to the right, there's a patio.
He's got a decent sized patio back there,
It's
bro.
like it's just like a concrete patio. It just hangs off the
I've
gym.
never seen.
Because
it.
you
Never
look,
been to his
you
house.
walk into the gym through the side door. There's like
Yeah.
2 storm doors, like French
That's
doors that open up,
Alright,
like dual
look.
doors, and right out there is the patio.
For like explanation on the whole shed situation.
Bro, hold on.
Whoa. We were swimming at this man's house, right? I look over, I'm like, oh, when did you install this new shed? He's like, man, that shit been there. Bro lied to me.
Bro, no, it's-
lied
it was there when
straight
we
to my
bought the
face. He
house.
lied.
It was-
Because like literally a few months before, me and this dude came out of that shed, pissed on both sides of the shed. That wasn't there. The shed wasn't there, bro. We couldn't have pissed there where that attachment was.
It was. My guy. It was there when we bought it.
Okay.
But that's not like the whole reason it's called Mandela is because there's a guy president or something. Bro, people thought he was dead.
Yeah, it was like in Mandela in the 1980s. People remember seeing his funeral.
Yeah.
Like he died in prison, so they think, and it was broadcast on television. and they remember seeing it, and then like no one ever thought about it until recently when he died in like what 2016 or something like that, 2010 somewhere around there.
They were like,
and people were like, "Wait, this dude died like 30 years
way
ago."
back, yeah.
That's the origin of that. Which is weird because it had like this whole Mandela effect existed recently. It just now
that's
shows
what I'm
up.
saying. I think it could have been, you know how the Mayans predicted like the world ended in 2012. I don't know. Maybe we were like government was doing like some bullshit, and we kind of merged with another one or something. I don't know. There's some discrepancies. I think.
Well, there's like there's a lot of theories behind it. Like that Large Hadron Collider, like they were messing around and created the God particle and all that. They were trying to create the God particle. So they had a theory that they were messing with it and played like a rip in space time, and just created an entire new reality, like a split off the timeline. So they merged two timelines, one or the other, and now small things have changed.
Speaking of infinite realities, y'all think like I can't remember the exact word for it, but it's like if you were gonna die, you actually go to another like timeline. Infinite. I don't know. It's something infinite. That made me think of it.
No, it's all happening at once. There's an infinite amount of infinities. So it's all happening at once. So it's not necessarily like if you die in this infinity that you transfer into another infinity. It's like dying is not. That's a human construct. And it's like I don't get how people find it so hard to wrap their heads around because they're like there's so many religious people. Like that's the whole fucking religion, dog. Is like you not dying, you going on to eternal life, but you already have it. It's like people get confused because they think like they're being born first time into this existence first time. They think, and it has to do with their ego.
You think it's reincarnation a little bit, or like kind of just
I think.
Well, it's not a reincarnation. It's multiverse theory.
No, I don't think that every single soul will go through reincarnation when they die, but I do think that it is real. Like it does happen.
You think it just kind of merges with a new one, something like that, or
also like your true form, your soul. It's just you go to like a spirit realm, and there's an infinite amount of spirit realm. Just like an infinite amount of universes. An infinite amount of nothingness. Now, there is no true nothing. Because if something exists, it means that everything exists.
It's something,
That type deal.
Yeah. I'm Christian, so I think there is like an afterlife, definitely. But that is another theory that's like.
But there was a before life, too.
Okay.
Like your soul didn't get created when your body got created.
I feel like because it's kind of like a void, and then you get placed in a vessel. That's what I think.
That's like it's why you have certain feelings in certain places and towards certen people. Yeah, it's like as something that's before your soul existed and has ties to certain people.
It's not always a void. Like you could have you may have experienced a void before coming into this body, but before the void there was also something else.
I don't think the void.
Think you just have a memory of it?
I think you do. You just don't currently access.
Is that what you think the intuition you have is?
You can have access
like
to
that gut feeling.
Like the Akashic records. Like everything that's ever occurred, all where you become nothing, and by becoming nothing is to become everything, and that's God, because everything in a sense is God. There is no one being that is God, because that takes away from everything else, and that's not what a God would do. That is what, like, literally the opposite of God would do, is to distinguish, to separate,
I see your point.
to divide.
Yeah.
You have to have both to have anything.
I'm a little on the different side of the spectrum, but I understand what you're saying as far as like it all interconnecting everything. It just makes one kind of like hive hub. What it sounds like.
But it's not separated from anything. Like people think like God is this separate entity or a separate thing, and it's not God. Then that's something else. God is everything.
Okay.
It is the all encompassing entity, encompassing.
Yeah, I think
all
God is infinite. I
encompassing.
mean, like,
But that is, we are that is encompassing the all. It's fractals, infinity. But it has no one fractal. Infinite amount.
now the government covers up a lot of stuff, but do y'all think if like it was possible, if we had factual evidence that would like confirm God, you know, like,
We do.
or religion, do you think they would hide it?
They.
Oh,
they've
absolutely.
tried.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I thought too.
They've
Okay.
But I don't think there's any possible way for you to have straight up scientific
No, there is.
evidence of God,
If you all right, so people,
or lack
people-
thereof.
people will argue this all the time, but the dual slit experiment simply explain like that is the most straightforward scientific way to understand that there is a permeating consciousness throughout everything, which is God. So
Well, you're thinking about how everything, even to the smallest bits of reality and how it's constructed, is in a structure. So therefore, there must be
No,
the existence
it's not
of
in
like an
it's-
architect
no.
that puts it together. Is
No.
that what you're trying to say?
No. I'm saying that it is not as if there is this robotic mechanical pattern that it falls into. I'm saying that it has almost a free will. Like literally an electron knows what the fuck it's doing.
Because it has a purpose and it's just knows.
It has laws.
It's created to
No.
operate in.
No, if it has laws that it would follow, then there would only be two slits on the other side of the screen when the electrons go through the screen. But that's not what occurs.
Okay, I'm kind of lost on this.
He's
Alright.
talking about how they would set up two walls, and one wall would have gaps, and they would shoot electrons
They
It
through the
wouldn't
wall.
have
Try to pass
gaps.
it,
It would
yeah.
have
It had
two
slits,
slits.
the two like vertical size slits.
Yeah.
And they would shoot
they would
electrons
shoot.
randomly. Like you gotta understand, randomly. This is
Yes.
not. There's no fucking way for it to form any type of pattern. This is at random, and it's going through these two slits, and they conform this wave, is this light pattern, which is dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. And that is not a structure of reality. That is it. Well, I mean, it is a structure of reality, but that's not like in physics. That doesn't make any fucking sense. That's like quantum entanglement. That like, if it was as if that you're trying to say it is, when the electrons get shot through the two slits, there would only be two slits on the other side of the wall. But for these random electrons shot randomly to form
So what you're saying
this-
is they're permeating the wall and going straight through it.
no, they're going through the slit and then finding their own pattern
So they're going through the slit and then they're rearranging themselves in that order.
by their own accord.
Yeah, I believe it's
Not
possible.
not by like, and it's any electron. It's not just like.
So
they
they're
do-
arranging themselves. They're arranging themselves not through the slits, but they're
by their
going
own
through the
accord.
slits, separating, and then making
by
a
their
pattern
own,
on the
by
wall.
their own accord, and it's not just with electrons. The same thing happens if you have a wave of water going through the two slits, and you have a light. Like you can't tell if you just have a wave of water going through it, but if you have a light shining across the water, then it does show it. But it's only because there's light particles.
I mean, I'm kind of.
Well, if it goes through and makes a pattern, that means there's a certain law and a certain pattern they have to follow. If it's light, dark, that's a pattern. So they're shooting it randomly, and it still makes a pattern through the wall. That means there's a certain pattern or law that those electrons have to follow to show up a certain way.
See, that's what I would think.
That's what most people try to think and try to argue. But the other people that see it differently, they're arguing against that by saying, say what you just said again.
So if they're coming, you're saying they come in a dark light pattern.
Yeah.
So if you shoot electrons randomly and they assort themselves into a pattern, it means that those electrons
have some type
have-
of law to
they
reform
have a
themselves
rule
or
that
rearrange
they
themselves.
have to fall into when they hit the wall. To arrange themselves in that certain pattern.
Yeah, but there's not. They've tried to prove that, like, if that law exists and it doesn't.
Well, if they shoot through the wall and they arrange themselves,
They're not going through the
if
wall.
it's an experiment,
They're
they go
through
through the splits, yes.
the
But if
slits.
they go through the slits and they arrange themselves in a certain way every time, that's a law. The electrons have to follow
It's
the law.
kind of like
You
magnetism. I
you
mean,
can
like
say that. You can say that.
It's
that's
an experiment. It's scientific proof that is what happens.
no. It's not.
I think it's kind of like magnetism in my opinion.
No,
Because they go
they're
through and then they rotate.
They tried to say that, but there's no actual way to prove that law. How you can prove magnetism? There's no way to prove it like that.
I
Because
see what you're saying.
how they interact is not like magnetism. It's not like.
Now, the only way I could I'd be on your side on this is if they went through the slit and it wasn't a consistent pattern and it wasn't constant. The pattern was, there's discrepancies in it.
If there was discrepancies.
But if there's no discrepancies in there, obviously has to be like some rule or something that like creates it. You know what I mean?
There are discrepancies up until a point. Because it is complete, like it starts to get random, but once you reach a certain number, then the wave becomes apparent.
Okay, so it's kind of like the more
a certain number of electrons that get fired.
So, you're saying like the more you run the experiment,
but
the more.
It's not an exact number. It just the pattern starts to appear.
It's kind of like when you flip a quarter. We can flip a quarter 10 times and get like tails 8 out of 10 times. But we flip it here for like 1 billion times, you'll slowly get more and closer to 50% chance of either side. I mean, it's kind of like you find patterns to that.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily like.
But that's not a pattern. Just like, what if something changed where we got to a point where that's changed, where then it started being the other side of the coin? That like
Well,
that's
you're talking about a chance.
No, I'm not, because that whole fact that you're saying, like, what you say, like up to a certain point it starts to flip on tails.
What I'm saying is if you do like a small amount of experiments,
if you're doing
a larger experiment will yield a closer to value, like
outcomes.
a true value. Yeah.
You have two outcomes. You have two outcomes,
But
and if you
we're
take
only
a
at-
small number
I
and
know.
flip it 10 times.
I know, but we're only at like a brink of the flipping the coin. We've only flipped the coin so many times. In 100 years, once we've flipped it even more, what if it changes? And then it starts to show that it starts to hit heads more than it does tails. More than 50%.
I mean, you would notice it though, because it'd start slow. It'd be a rapid decrease from like 80% chance of heads to like 60%.
You would
and then
think
it'd
that they've been
slowly
arguing the
start-
whole the coin flipping thing for 100 fucking years. And then we just now started to realize that, hey,
I mean, you would see it taper off though if you laid it all the data up on a graph. You would see it.
But we don't
slowly
have all
taper.
the data. That's the thing. We don't know anything in its entirety.
I mean, that's true. I mean, like you do it forever, but I mean, eventually, I think it would taper. The trend.
You'd have like slight deviations one side or the other. It could never be perfectly 50%. It would never be perfectly 50%. It is just as much of an anomaly for it to be perfectly 50% as it would be for it to be one side or the other. You can't have that perfect number.
But then why?
Because you're talking about
It's
taking.
not a perfect number.
I mean,
No, it can't be. It
back
can't
when
never
quarters
be a
actually were
perfect
made
number.
out of real metallic substance and not this fake shit they make it out of now.
There's like the
The
coin
head
can be
would-
printed like heavier on one side than the other.
The head
It can
would
be
usually
flipped
be
a different
heavier.
way.
Yeah.
You can't do it perfectly.
Yeah, but you're missing what I'm saying. They're not
Air
sitting,
resistance,
They're not
everything.
sitting there flipping a coin. They put it into a computer program, and a supercomputer runs the program.
I mean, you can try to tear down anything like this.
Flip,
I mean, you
flip,
could be like,
Well, you're just
okay.
talking about how every certain number has a amount of deviation that it can apart from. Because you flip a coin that has a 50-50 chance on one side or the other. You flip it 100 times. You're not going to get
you grab
50%.
another quarter out of a piggy bank or whatever, and you flip that one. It has a way different like.
No, I'm talking about not even the quarter or the flipping thing. You put it in a computer where it's a perfect 50-50 chance. You're not going to have a 50-50 if you flip it 100 times. Because it's still a chance.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is...
It's not a perfect 50-50.
Alright. Say that it starts to go to 70-30. And it hits tails more than it does heads. And they've been running this computer simulation say that it's stayed like that. 1 year, it just completely does a switch, a flip. And that year, 70% of the time it was after the millions and millions of times.
So you're saying for 1 year the percentages switch.
I'm not saying for just 1 year, but what happens when it changes?
I don't know.
It's an anomaly.
If it switched and it continuously went that way, that'd be
And then
It'd
the
be
next-
anomalous.
yes. If you had other experiments running with
They
the
call
same,
it an anomaly. They don't understand it.
Well,
Yes.
no, because you understand it perfectly because you're creating the
You
computer
don't.
program.
No one understands it perfectly.
If you're
you
creating,
understand enough to know that there's an anomaly, and it's not like.
because this is not like
No,
I'm
that's just that's their perception that it's an anomaly, but there's a reason why it's done that, and they don't know. They don't have an explanation, so they call it an anomaly.
no, because you're talking about if you're doing something out in the world and that's what your perceived percentage is, then like you don't know. But if you're putting it in a computer program, something that can be created by a human, do exactly what you want it to do, it is not a natural law thing. It is a humans. It is a humans creating something.
I'm sorry. I just had a thought. If we put this man in a computer to run how many bitches he could get in a year, this shit would still be zero no matter what. If we run that shit forever, that shit would still be zero.
Oh my god!
I was just thinking. Yeah,
He's the only fucker in here with a wife. He's got a wife.
I just sitting here, bro. I was just sitting here. Thank you. I don't know. That's all right. It's just
What did I do? I'm just sitting here listening. You come at me.
Caveman thought for real.
Yeah, I know. I was just like,
No bitches.
yeah. Hey, that shit was funny to me.
We could talk about this shit for hours.
Yo.
All right, speaking about fucked up shit, y'all know that like speaking about like worldly topics too, the microplastics in the blood, like that shit's more traceable now and more detectable now than ever. I mean, you have like these materials and chemicals in your bloodstream now that can't even like break down. That's going to be in your body for the rest of your life and will just continuously build up. Like, how do we get past this? I mean, there's only like so much we can do. You can't avoid plastic forever.
We
It's
can't.
impossible.
We have to shut down the fucking factories and companies that produce plastic.
You can't though. It's like Walmart's supposed to be going like bagless. I don't know if y'all seen that or not.
Well,
Supposed to,
the thing about that is that it doesn't matter if you shut it down or cut off the stem. That plastic will exist forever. That plastic that has already permeated everything will not go away. It'll take millions and millions of years for that to quit existing.
If we stopped using plastic completely, like the 1800s, nobody was using fucking plastic. So if we stopped using plastic, and
We use plastic so much today because it's cheaper.
Yep. If we just stopped, if we were able to actually stop using it completely, after having generation and generation, there would be kids that would grow up without having.
Oh, eventually, yes, but
It would take
that
millions of
plastic
years.
that is not to get out of our system, you'd eventually get it out over time. But I'm talking about the plastic that exists in the environment and water, in the oceans and the ground.
Yeah.
It will never not exist. So I don't think there's no way for you to completely cut off plastic being in your. Every time you breathe air, you're breathing in. Every time you drink water, you're breathing in some. Ingesting a sort of plastic, food, plastics.
So most sodas now, plastic. Some of the cans are even lined with plastics. I mean, like,
Yeah, there's
bottle-
ways to get in less.
There's ways
yeah.
to get in less, but there's no way to avoid
and you
it.
buy like glass bottled like water or whatever, and you're paying like out the ass for
Well,
it.
you're talking about
You know what I
avoiding
mean?
it 100%, which you don't have to avoid 100%. Always other chemicals, other bullshit. It's always been in the fucking air. That's always been in the fucking water.
Right, but we got like
but
shaker bottles now.
If we can just avoid it 90%, bro.
We shake that shit up. The balls rolling around in that shit,
It'll make a
knocking
difference.
plastic off in it. You gonna drink it? Like,
Yeah, but
tasty.
we can just do 90%. Fine. Better than nothing.
It'd be better than nothing. Yeah, I think definitely cutting down as much as we can. But it's like in like most sandwich meat now, like even if it's like natural, it's in
That's the
plastic.
thing. We shouldn't even really be eating sandwich
And we
meat,
vac
bro.
seal everything. Everything's plastic. There's no way to get around it. I mean, there's not. It's kind of sad. Like all the milk, like I'm pretty sure. Isn't Canada that has like they have like bagged milk? Canada.
I've seen that shit.
I may be fucking on that, but
There's
I think
other
it's
countries than just Canada. I think that.
Yeah, but that's crazy to me. I mean, like we're no better. I mean, we got plastic gallon jugs.
I mean, all they gotta do is like let all the fucking animals free, grow some fucking fruit trees everywhere.
Go milk, bro.
Yeah, bro. And then be
Go
fine.
take your bucket up there.
Let the animals roam free. Let them produce a fuck ton. Let them reproduce a fuck ton. Ton of fruit trees growing everywhere. People have food.
What's crazy to me though is like plastic is a major hormone blocker. Major.
Well, it's plastics. You're talking about plastics, but there's like a different kinds of plastics, different chemicals will affect you completely differently.
Definitely.
That's the thing. Like, whenever people say stuff like plastics, pesticides, and like chemicals that affect your body, it's a really blanket term.
I mean, yeah, it is.
I'm like, I wish that when they bring those statistics out, they would actually tell us what the fuck does what.
Well, that's why I said hormone,
You know?
and I didn't just specify
Because
like
they don't
which
really
one.
fucking know, bro.
But
They know. They just keep it from us because that's what they want to give it to us. Like, there's literally a whole study that I sent a video in the group chat about atrazine, pesticide, one of the most common pesticides in the United States, banned all over Europe. I mean, it literally, Alex Jones moment, turned a male frog completely female.
Oh no, I've seen that's true. That is so true.
The male frog turns female and can lay fertilized, like actually alive eggs, produced offspring as a female.
It physiologically like mutated the frog. Like
Yes.
it literally did.
Straight up, like
It's not like you got like male frogs for another male frogs really, or like
no, it's literally a female frog in every sense of the term.
I mean, I guess it is, but I mean like they say it's gay, but I mean it's physiology changed to a female so it's compatible. You know what I mean? And then they get fertilized.
But it's not like a human. A human can't, like a human that is born with the genitalia of a male cannot take estrogen and grow a uterus and become pregnant.
Yeah.
It's just like the physiology.
And there's a lot of
frog
like there's a lot of genetic factors, and you know people won't even develop fully or properly, and they'll have all the genitalia correct, and then they can't even have a child because it didn't form, their uterus didn't form properly.
Yeah.
And they don't even know till they're trying to have a kid. I mean, it's like
they're just infertile, and
but
they
then
don't know.
you wonder like how much is that really genetic? How much is that like not coming from the food and the diets as we've had for?
There's a lot of combination
years?
factors.
I don't think hardly any of it's just. I think it's all environmental.
And now we're having more mental illness, I think, and I mean everywhere.
Well, how much is that? How much is that in
Mental
social
illness-
media, and how much is that in your diet, and how much? Like, it's a big mixture of a lot of things.
I think it is. It's a big melting pot.
Dude,
of
I'd probably
everything.
call it 70-30. I think it mostly has to do with the diet.
I mean,
Yeah,
how
but I
many
think
people? How many people that are watching this or listening to this? How many people is supplement with vitamin D3? I mean, it's been winter, it's been cold as hell. Ain't nobody been getting out. Most people don't even go get supplements for one. And
Yeah.
they're not even in the sunlight. Most people don't even work outside. Most of them in school in a tea shop.
I think your mental, like your hormones and your mental state are linked so much, and it's also linked to your sexuality. I think how you feel mentally is very, very connected to how you are physically.
Yeah.
Like, if you're feeling like shit mentally, physically, you're probably not all there either.
But with the frogs, how that's able to get away with that and the chemicals and stuff, and like that stuff is going back into our, it is purified, and we're drinking, the same water that we're drinking. You know what I mean? And it's growing our crops. We're eating the crops that it's growing. It's like if it's doing this to amphibians, it might. You say, oh, well, it don't affect us that way, but it obviously has a harmful adverse effect.
It's still a hormone. It affects your hormones clearly.
Yeah.
And it probably doesn't affect us. I mean, clearly it's not going to affect us as much as a frog does, but still, I mean, if you're talking about something that drastically changes a frog to that extent, I mean, changing it to a female, and whatever it does to us is certainly not beneficial at all.
I don't know if you guys know this, but you Google like what the testosterone levels will be in 2045. It's on such a decline that it's gonna be like damn near zero, and then the sperm count's gonna be zero. So I mean, if the trend lines continue 20 years from now, all the men will be infertile. So they're obviously doing something to us. And hyper aggressively, I think, for it to just be 20 years from now where we're zero, like, there's got to be something going on.
Well, to me, there's a lot of noise when you're talking about sperm counts and stuff like that. And it's definitely not going to be a perfect trend line because your body will start to be like, holy shit, I cannot produce hormones or semen. Like, I'm infertile, I'm hypogonadal, and your body's going to be like, I have to do something about this. And so, like, maybe your body's going to have to fight back against that some way or another. And, like, that can't be perfectly going down or else, like, we won't fucking...
I don't remember completely accurately the numbers, but when BuzzFeed and the Try Guys, like, got their testosterone checked, and this was years ago.
Horrible.
Awful levels. Like, I think the highest one was, like, 200 something. I might be wrong, but, like, I mean, that's bad. And that's what the average male is about, like, 200 now. Like, that's the average, like...
Well...
That's insane, too. And then it's kind of hard to like find like what's a high because it varies. I mean, it really does.
Yeah, I mean, you could look at someone even back like 50, 60 years ago when there were not nearly as many factors that were inhibiting your testosterone. Like you could probably find massive fluctuations between one person.
But I think like back in the 1900s, like in 1800s, it was about like average 600 T level at least for a man. Like,
that'd be crazy good today.
Yeah, so it's and people of high test be up to like 1200. It ranges and it's so genetically factored you can't really compress it.
I think a big factor of that is going to be your environment too. I mean, if you're testing people's testosterone levels in a city where they're inhaling chemicals nonstop, like they have black mold in their apartment building and eating like shit.
They have asthma from breathing in, the
yeah. I have
fumes.
genetic asthma when really it's just all your fucking chemicals you're inhaling.
Here's what gets confused with the whole
taking my gas stove.
Genetics thing. The reason that the kids are so similar to their parents is because they fucking live together, have the same habits together, the same thing that their parent ate when they were a kid. They're like, all right, I want to feed my kid this. So it has more to do. I think it has way more to do with environments than just.
I'm gonna try to limit my kids' exposure to like kid cuisine and like microwave stuff, especially in plastic trays.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff. Like I was put on so like my diet growing up was so bad. Like,
and if you have a kid and your kid ends up being like a high testosterone athlete, all they're gonna say is like, oh, it's genetic.
Yes.
But it's not, bro. Like partly, but bro, the majority of it is because you fucking understood that there was something wrong with the diet, so you wanted to make sure that your kid wasn't affected by it. That's where the majority of the change is going to occur.
Here's a great example of that. What you're saying. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger has 2 kids, 2 sons for sure.
Yeah.
You see the one that grew up with Arnold as his father.
Yeah.
Is like, or vice versa. Either way, they're growing up in different environments. They are 2 completely separate people. Same father, different mothers. Which there's a little bit of noise when you're looking at that, but like, look, one of them is a genetic freak, and the other one is just like, and he's a fat guy.
It comes to like mindset too, and like, and I do think I saw an interview with like the one that does have a little bit more body weight on him. He was kind of like talking about how people would always mock him and make fun of him because he's like, oh, you're Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, you don't look like it, like you're a fat piece of shit, bro, and like it kind of demotivated him, making him feel bad, he didn't want to do it. So, and it kind of sucks when you're born into something like that where like people have such high standards and they're just like you're saying like, oh, well, you're the son, why aren't you ripped? When your father literally took like androgens and like testosterone and like.
I mean, no doubt he was a genetic freak for sure and worked hard as shit, but I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah,
like,
you know what I mean? So, I don't think it was really fair to him. However, I do believe that, there was good genetics there. Begin with.
I mean, surely.
And I've seen him with the shirt off, the chubbier son, and he has a big chest.
Yeah.
And if he actually, worked hard and actually wanted to get it, he could definitely get a good fucking chest.
I mean, it's a lot about like you got to change your environment, to build what you're trying to get to.
I don't know if it was Platts, but he was like one of the golden age bodybuilders. He was like, I will not be a victim of my genetics. My genetics will be a victim of me. That shit was. That is fun. That shit's cold. That shit cold, bro.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Let's go.
But
listen, man, you may have bad chest insertions, but if they're bigger than a motherfucker, fuck it.
Man, look at this man shit here. He's just like.
He's like, I'm not a.
Yeah, he's like, how much longer is this shit?
I feel like he's in
me? Yeah,
I'm chilling.
No, let's talk about you.
What do you want to talk about?
It's funny that Blake's over here talking about genetics and shit. Look at this motherfucker, bro.
No, look how
Are you for real?
he is.
Are you for real?
Yeah, bro.
For what?
Are you a factor of your environment, bro? Your blonde hair, blue eye,
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with blonde hair,
zesty
blue
looking
eyes.
ass.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, right. Look at these 2 fuckers right here, bro. Blonde hair, blue eyes. There's this clear difference here. Come on.
Okay, let's talk about you a little
I'm
bit.
not just like
what we talking about?
genetics.
Let's talk about your addiction.
Addiction to
I just
what?
don't think it's as big
Big thing.
factor as they try to
Okay.
make it out to be.
I agree. It's
how
like
long have you been smoking?
hard work beats.
I'd say about 3 to 4 years.
It's got to be longer than that.
Nah,
Bro,
I'm talking about
Whoa,
consistently.
dog.
No.
Hold up.
Why, are y'all talking about
Oh,
This means like this was like so multiple times a day or like once
No.
a week?
Are you talking about consistently, or are you talking about how you're trying to hide it, and then if you're like mom finds
Bro,
it or
when
something
did
she
you
take?
start?
When did you start smoking on that?
It was probably
on that Chinese chemical, bro.
probably 8th grade.
See? Oh god, I knew it.
Yeah.
No
I knew-
wonder
I
you're
knew it
short,
had-
bro. You could have grown like 6 inches in that
What's
time.
Jackson's
knew it.
problem?
I knew it had
Ah, you
to.
smoke nothing?
I knew it had to be fucking middle school, bro.
Because 8th grade, that's when I think that's when the Jewel came out. I think
yeah,
everybody was going crazy about it,
Rip.
and not
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
lie,
let me jump on the bandwagon.
I did say everybody doing it. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And I did, and I was like, okay, this ain't bad. This ain't
Right.
bad.
It reminds me of the Family Guy clip where Chris Griffin is like
Hitting the
vaping.
Jewel.
Yeah, he looks gay, like
You saw
really,
the
really
hippie
homosexual.
it's like the remember the hippie thing, hipster thing, where he's like a hipster, right?
You remember when like vapes first started coming out, and they had like they tried to market to older men that looked like a cigarette, like the,
Yeah,
Yeah.
e-cigarettes.
Yes,
Little-
And they tasted like
yeah.
shit,
And
and
then
then
the
they
blues
couldn't
and
sell
everything.
anything
they couldn't
because,
sell them.
because all these old men are like, bro, I don't fucking.
I remember
want
the
that
ads
shit."
clear
And
as
You
it's like-
can't beat a Marlboro Red, bro.
Oh god, they're like, it's not
The only
the same.
time
It's
older
not the
people
same.
do it is if they're trying to get off of cigarettes.
And they're like,
Hey, that's what they were trying to market. Is people they were.
bro, people on the board
Yeah,
was
and
like,
then they show like an absolute stud at a bar, low light. See that blue end light up? Like, look, he's trying to connect to Bluetooth when he's suck on it. You know, like, go ahead, bro. Let me. Been on it since 8th grade.
This could be a good segue to a
It's-
later
those
conversation about
fruity-
nicotine.
Yeah, those fruity flavors just fucking hit him, and he's bro.
Yeah, bro, your little 8th grader mind.
He
No,
saw the
8th
One
grade,
hit of that
actually,
shit, and you're
But
like,
they did.
Whoa!
They
Whoa,
were smart on that marketing. Though.
8th grade,
That's not
I
smart,
did
like,
I did
that's just
menthol
like-
and I did mint. I didn't do
Connected-
fruit flavors.
why not? Well,
Oh, because it's not badass enough.
No, they tasted like ass, and the mint was alright. So I was like, all right, I'll do mint.
Okay.
And then kept going on. Every once in a while, my mom would catch me, beat my ass, take it away from me. I'd somehow find another one.
Quit saying that.
Don't bring it in my house.
I know when he said it tasted like ass, I was like, bro, I would think you would be doing it more. Type shit.
You son of a bitch. Oh, come on the podcast, get shit talked.
Is it not peaking?
it's getting in the red there when we start laughing.
Well, this loud ass
Check,
laughter
check,
over
check. Might be better.
You might just turn it more sensitive.
here.
It's fine,
No,
bro.
it was.
It's chilling, dog. It's
Alright,
chilling.
it's good.
Fuck it.
All right, we'll run it. Okay, well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go back to the soccer days a little bit. Going in the film room.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
hang
no,
on, bro.
just-
This is how we get canceled. This shit
Yeah.
right here.
No.
This had no part of me. This was all them, by the way.
I'm talking about not the disposables when we had the mods,
Okay, yeah, I did.
Oh,
and we
real
were
shit.
blazing
Do
up
y'all-
in the.
do y'all
film room.
remember-
There was
when-
no nicotine.
Yeah, I didn't have no nicotine in it. I literally like had a smock like
A year.
You still got it.
like 8 months. I used it. Probably like it wasn't even that long.
It's still sitting in your room.
I do want to
You
tell y'all
still
a
have
little.
it?
Yeah, I do.
Jesus.
He still has that gold
I
spot.
do
yeah.
want to tell y'all a little story though. I thought was hilarious. I still laugh at it.
Oh my god, bro! I already know. Which
I
one
think
that
you know
is.
which one I'm talking about. So we're playing Fortnite, right?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
alone in my bedroom. I'm smoking dick, you know, and I would blow
Out of
it.
context.
They make crazy clouds. I loved it just because I make tornadoes and shit. It's fun. I blow O's. My mom opens my door. Smoke rushes out. I'm talking about it looked like there was a fucking fire in that bitch. And she's like, "What's going on? What's going on?" Thinking there's a fire. But she smells nothing but like Skittles, bro.
Yeah.
And this before like vapes were like popular or whatever. And like I gave it to her. I'm like, "Oh no, this is an air freshener." I'm like, "It's like a diffuser." And like I pressed the button, and that thing is so powerful. I'm smoking a little bit by me just pressing that button. Like, you need to turn this off. It's getting too. I had the lights off, so I'm like, I didn't realize how smoky it was. I didn't have the lights on in here. I was playing my game. I wasn't paying attention. And she like looked at it. She's like, "That does smell good though." Handed it back to me, and she's like, "Okay then, just like open up a window, let this air out a little bit." I thought I was done for, bro. I thought it was over.
Bro,
You lied at your ass.
Tell them about the fucking soccer locker room. When it like
Oh,
When Welch pulled it out of his
Yes,
ass,
bro.
dude.
Okay, bro.
He pulled that trick out of his ass, did he not?
Yeah,
though?
the trick. The way you said it was funny.
Of course.
So he pull a vape out of his ass.
Yeah,
that's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, we were in the locker room, and basically there was. I'm not going to name any names, but someone was vaping. They shouldn't have been vaping, and there was actually a couple people that were vaping. I think they might have been playing cards. They were doing something. They were circle jerking. You know. Coach came in, saw the clouds, and was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go got it." Ain't nobody gonna say shit. Jackson's dumbass. He's like, "Oh no, coach, that was me." He's like, "I got this trick right here." Gets a water bottle, like twists it up, sucks on it a little bit, puts air in his mouth, and then like blew smoke out of like he vaporized fucking liquid, bro, in his mouth.
God, he did.
How he did it, I'll never know. And it wasn't a lot, but it was enough to be like, damn. How the fuck did he just do that? You know? And so like even our coach was like, damn, how the fuck did he just do that? And he's like, you're not lying to me, are you? No, no, coach. No, sir. Not lying. Okay.
All right.
I was afraid Randy's gonna be like, do that again. Jackson will not be able to do that shit again, bro. Oh, I think he did. I think he did. And Jackson literally was like, oh no, that shit got to cool down, bro. Like, I'm not even kidding, bro. He was like, oh, I can't do it again. I gotta wait a little bit. I can only do it every so often. That's literally what he said.
He surprised himself when he did it.
I know. I remember he said that. Oh. I'll never forgive him though, because like he had money one day.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
not this.
You know, since we're just storytelling.
Yeah.
I know this pissed you off. Bro.
Oh, dude, I was so mad, bro. This man had money, right? Like a grand. And it's high school. He goes up to every table and like, look at this spread, bro. Look at this spread. Okay. Me and him both named Jackson. So somebody, football probably, went in the locker room, saw my name tag, Jackson, broke in my shit, looked in my wallet, took my fucking money. It wasn't, they were looking for Jackson's money, but they took mine because they went to the effort of breaking in my shit. And then like, they put it back and like tried to fix it back. And I was like, I didn't even know when I went in there. It looked like mine was untouched, but Jackson's locker was fucked up. They knew it was in that one after the mine. So of course they stole his shit. And I go in there and I'm like, damn, that sucks, Jackson. I'm like, thank God my shit ain't fucked up. Open it up. I get everything. Everything looks fine. It's laid just how it was. I open my wallet because we're gonna go eat somewhere. Money's gone. I'm like, no! Where the fuck did it go? So I told the resource officers, Rambo, you know, he don't give a fuck. And I called Randy, and, like, I was pissed. And they're like, oh, bro, you lost $80, bro. It's not much. Jackson lost $1,000. I wasn't the one running my mouth, but yet I lost my money for it. And they weren't really worried about it, which pissed me off. Cause it's
$80 like a 16-year-old, by the way.
Yeah,
That's a lot of fucking money for a
80 bread,
16-year-old.
$80 is a lot of gas and shit. Like, I mean, come on. And anyway, I remember Randy was sitting in the locker room, and we went outside and was practicing whatever. I came back in, and my eyes hadn't adjusted yet. It was dark in the locker room. I couldn't even see Randy sitting there, and he was in the locker room. I started cussing. I started going off. I'm like, that stupid fucking bitch, you know, running his fucking mouth. And Randy's just sitting there listening, listening to me.
He's just like this. He
Yeah,
don't even move.
Yeah, he didn't even move, and he finally just looked at me, and I made eye contact with him. I'm like, it is what it is. I'm like, I'm telling the damn truth.
Whoa,
Literally what I said, and he's like, you may be telling the truth, but you can't be talking like that. And I was like, okay. I was like, okay, punish me. I don't care. I'm like, I'm already broke. I'm already got my money gone. I was just going off, bro.
That shit was hilarious.
That shit just pissed me off, bro.
He's still so pissed.
He's still so pissed about that.
No, I'll never get over like small petty shit like that, bro. It's like I always suffer for other idiots. Where?
Oh God.
Okay. Anyway, back to nicotine. How addictive do you think nicotine is?
Very.
Yeah.
Because,
bro,
like,
give me a scale.
on a scale of 1 to 10, I think
No, bro, give me like a real deal. Like out of everything else that you've ever done in life,
170 pounds.
how much has it like
What?
taken from you, or not taken from you, but how much have you like just been like it's like known
How many
every
times
day?
Well,
have you
hold
been
on.
to rehab because of nicotine, bro?
It should have been.
is nicotine really addictive, or is it no. Let me talk. Is it the nicotine, or is it the habit of doing it?
Oh my God, bro!
I'm being honest
Bro, I swear
here.
to God, he's on crack, dog.
If you let me get to the point I'm trying to get. Change that fucking topic right now.
I want to hear him cook, bro.
No, I ain't cooking shit.
No, let him do it. Let him
You
do it.
already burnt the shit.
Who the hell let this man cook?
Water can't even save the shit now. It's burnt.
I just need you to go on.
No.
Holy shit, bro.
Bro, please. I'm begging you. You can't not.
All right,
It's
let's
for the listeners. It's
But
for
what
the-
I was saying is like,
shut the fuck up.
like the habit of like constantly hitting the nicotine. Like, is it really the habit of doing it, or the nicotine that's making you go to it?
So what you're saying is like
Because when I'm driving down the road, I have the habit of like always looking for my nicotine, finding it, hit it,
because
and
you
then put it
usually
down.
you
Yeah.
use it when you're driving and shit. So you're like when you're driving, you're like, oh, I need to use it.
And when people try to get off of it,
So
they
what you're
bite their
saying is
nails, chew
you're
gum, and
addicted
stuff
to
like
going through
that.
the motions instead of the feeling it gives you.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's not the nicotine that's addictive. It's this motion.
I'm going home.
He's like putting shit to his mouth.
Shut the fuck
It's just
up.
doing this, bro.
My mouth is
It's just doing this.
occupied. I gotta put something in it right now, bro.
My lips gotta be around some shit long and narrow as fuck right now.
I didn't insert the Chris Griffin picture in this shit, bro.
If he's not sucking on something in maybe 5 minutes, bro, he's dead.
Look,
No, look. All right.
what's got you that motion addicted is because you're fucking sucking on that poison and shit. And it's
It forms like
Ooh,
these
yeah.
connections, new connections in your brain. So it's not the fucking.
it gives you
habit.
that little
Why
buzz.
do you think people try to do zero nicotine
Well, then
when they're trying to get off, and just them hitting the zero nicotine, it satisfies it?
It does.
Okay, look, if
It's because they formed a positive connection between the motion
Exactly.
and that. But
That's
it's
what I'm
not. It's
saying.
not the motion that's addictive. It's the fucking chemicals. But it's just your
So-
brain forms a bond with the chemicals.
What you need to do, if this is the only problem you got, you need to get one that just doesn't have nicotine.
Yep.
in it.
I've tried that.
So it's.
So it's nicotine. Ain't no way, bro. Are we for real?
Bro, break up a point and then destroyed it in one sentence.
You could have had this debate with yourself. You didn't need us.
Bro built the fucking wall and then destroyed it.
He said, I'm gonna build this tower. I'm gonna knock it down.
Damn. Okay.
Next
dude.
fucking topic.
No, we got.
No, we getting off this.
No,
one.
don't be
because this-
upset. You said
No, because this exposes like how people like you nicotine users think and how they feel.
Alright.
You nicotine users.
virgin
You.
nicotine users.
You.
Chad, not
You,
nicotine.
nicotine
I'm
users.
sorry. Listen,
Me.
listen.
Cigarettes.
Hey, socially smoking is way different than sucking on it down the road,
Oh,
bro.
God.
Every
Hey,
day,
amen, bro.
Now,
Having
what's
a vape-
worse for you, vapes or cigarettes?
How are
Bro,
you
we
vaping
don't
every
know.
single day?
I'm not, honestly, we don't know right now.
Yeah, vaping's a brand new.
Me putting
thing,
vegetable
really.
oil lining my lungs and shit.
Oh,
Like,
God.
And there are motherfuckers that have smoked for 70 years and have absolutely.
that's why I stopped using that smock, even though it didn't have nicotine in it. I got like I was coughing up shit. My lungs weren't feeling right. I was on the field and I'd be catching my breath more. I was like,
Real shit.
I gotta get rid of this shit, bro. I'm like, this shit hurting. Like, it was just fucking oil. I thought it was safe. Fuck no. I was a young kid, so.
Actual
And it's a
glycerin.
lot about like you can do some shit that's bad for your body and bad for you every once in a while. It's fine, but if you're doing some same shit every day, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like it's different. If I'm smoking,
That's an addiction. It's doing it every day. I mean,
Yes,
like, you
yeah.
can be specified as a alcoholic by having what, like 3 to 4 drinks a fucking week or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Like it's a pretty small amount.
yeah.
I mean, it's like
Smoking like have a pack of cigarettes once every 2-3 weeks on the weekends, doing it like in one night ain't that bad compared to like smoking a vape a week, going through an entire fucking vape a week.
But it takes me like 3 weeks.
good for you.
Well,
Damn.
Look, but the thing on that is, it's like
Don't you
Not the double good for you.
listen, just listen, bro. It's not just nicotine and juice that like whether it's vegetable glycerin or propylene glycol that they add the nicotine to. There's other chemicals that they don't label. Don't have to.
Blake sold it to me.
and by the way, just so I'm not on the hook here, I did that shit for like 2 months. I have not done that shit. I've not smoked a cigarette in a long ass time. By the way, you're still hitting that dick, bro. You're still smoking that dick.
Yeah, you when you're driving.
That's
Said your mouth is on it, yeah.
oh Jesus Christ.
No, but like, I mean, you don't even know where those pods are being manufactured, bro.
Yeah.
Like some of them are coming from
Yeah.
overseas and shit.
I want to say another thing too.
Trump.
You-
Sorry, go ahead. I was about to say Trump literally like shut down trade with China when he was still president and shit because they were sending drugs over for our pharmaceutical companies that literally were laced with fentanyl. So you think they're not lacing the shit they're sending over here for like our younger generation to smoke?
They put rat poison and shit. The vape.
Yeah.
There's traces of that.
But
what was that thing called? That was like, I'm not gonna name names, but someone hit it in our group, and we were over at the trailer.
holy shit,
Magic Puff.
Yes, bro, that's what it was.
Magic Puff.
People were saying their legs were going numb and shit like that. Like it was crazy, bro.
Spice. Straight up.
Shit. All right, so like after
I remember after that happened, everyone was like, "Throw that shit in the garbage."
Yeah. Like, I think
Throw that shit in the
everybody like
garbage.
had like a few puffs that was there that wanted to smoke. The people that did smoke, they had like just only like a few. That shit wasn't even like
2 or 3.
Yeah.
maybe.
And then they were like, "Look this, I feel weird." And like, yeah.
Dude, I was at one of our mutual friends' house, right? I think I've probably told the story before. And this dude, he comes in, Jackson Welch, same dude, comes in. Maybe we should put that out.
Bro,
but
that
he comes
pissed
in.
me out.
Oh my god, he was like, "Yo, bro, this is just some light shit. Like, go ahead and hit it." And I hit
It
it.
was fucking nicotine.
Yes, he was like, "Oh, it's a Nick pin, bro. Just go ahead and hit it a few times." And I had had a few drinks with me at this point.
Oh yeah, when
So
I
was
good. Yeah, I'm pretty.
Bro,
I be
literally
grabbing
said
when
that
I'm
it was
fucking when I'm
nicotine.
drunk.
No, well, for real, that's the problem. I don't want to smoke, but when I'm drinking, I'm like, I want
It makes my risk factor go up, bro. I'm like,
I'm doing stupid shit all the time when I'm drinking.
Yeah.
But like I hit that shit, and I just kept hitting it, and I'm like, "Yeah, we can have this back." And he's like, "How many times you hit this?" I was like, "I don't know, like 20 or 30 over like 15, 20 minutes." Like I was hitting it pretty good. And he was like, "Sorry, bro." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "This is actually, it's like a CBD pen. It was not a CBD pen. That was straight up spice." I was going there for a good hot minute. I was like, "I'm not fuck the damn vapes." That was the point where I was really down on vapes. This was a long time ago.
that's been a minute. That's fucked up though for someone to be like. That's like some Warren level shit, to be honest. Warren be an instigator and be sitting back and watching the outcome, bro.
Bro, but then like, the
He'll
weird
take
shit about
care of
him,
you. He'll take care of you.
no, for real. He'll do some like instigating ass shit. Be like, "Yo, bro, drink this. Yo, bro, have this," and then be like,
Oh, you
"Watch
just
it happen, bro." That's crack. Are you stupid? That's crack, bro. And then he'll take time out of his day, like completely stop his entire night to come take care of you, tuck you in the bed,
Yeah,
give you a kiss on the forehead, and
Literally.
then walk away. I swear to God,
literally.
bro. It's so
I literally
weird.
I told him that I'm on a sober streak, and he's like, "Hey, bro, come over to my house." Like, wanting to like break my sober streak, and I was like, "Okay, bro, like you're such a dick." Like,
Yo, so like, thing on the nicotine though is it's supposedly they say it's a really good topic. So do you feel like you still get good focus from it after using it for so many years?
yes,
Like when
I
you're-
believe it. I believe there is a focus when you do.
Oh yeah,
anything.
but I'm saying like, yeah, it's like you're smoking like such a high percent of nicotine,
Yep.
and for so long, like
Think
the
that
actual
tolerance-
change that you, oh definitely a tolerance, bro. But I'm saying like when you're at work trying to focus on something and you hit it, does it like really own you? Oh,
And especially since I have ADHD, it helps me a little bit.
Holy shit! Y'all heard it here first. I don't know. We'll get back to us on that. I think it fucks with you and gives you that focus because it constricts your blood vessels, limits oxygen to the brain, everywhere else, and you're kind of like, damn, I just poisoned myself.
Same thing with caffeine. Caffeine does the exact same. Tricks all your blood vessels.
I didn't know caffeine constricts blood vessels. I thought they dilated.
It
I may be wrong.
It constricts. I mean, and it does help your focus. I mean, either way it does. I mean,
Yeah.
it constricts your blood vessels and helps you focus. Same thing either way. But the only problem with nicotine is like withdrawal symptoms, like me and Blake were talking about the other night. It's way worse than caffeine.
yeah, but that's another thing because it's like the dosage on nicotine is so absurdly high now. To be like, you're able to get like a super like 1% or like 0.1% nicotine. I wonder how like the withdrawal symptoms on that would be like, and especially like if you only used it, you were like doing something important, like focused, not necessarily. I'm curious to what the ain't trying to test it out. Just
Probably
'cause
none. Probably none if you're
I don't know.
controlling it.
I mean, you can do shit and not have an addiction to it.
No, but I've literally I've hit a vape before that had nicotine, and literally the next day I had a headache.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, that's usually
I
how it
took
works.
one hit, next day I had a head. Like
When I like socially smoke, whenever I do, like I wake up and I feel like shit. I want to smoke again.
It's like worse than like an alcohol hangover.
Yeah, I want to smoke again, bro. Like
sometimes.
No, I mean when you're like talking about what you're doing, no, it's not as bad as the alcohol hangover.
I got
But
one
when
of those
you're smoking
real quick.
like a pack of cigs and then the next morning,
Oh my, the nicotine
it's
poisoning,
terrible,
man? Oh
bro.
my
It's
God.
terrible.
Dude, yeah, bro. I was drinking one time at the beach, bro, and I had like they're pretty much like cigarillos or whatever, but like they were a little bigger.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I got nicotine
Horrible.
poison from that bad as a motherfucker. I was fucked up the next day, bro.
I had one of them big, I can't remember if you were there or not. But recently, I had one of them big fucking dick cigars, like
Yeah.
the long fuckers that
I
like are
remember.
absurdly large.
Yeah, you chewed on that bitch like crazy, bro. I remember.
I had like, dude, when you get a nicotine high, nicotine buzz,
Oh, God.
that shit's bad.
That just
Your
makes,
head
it makes,
starts spinning and shit.
makes me dizzy
Yep.
just thinking about it, bro. I
Dude,
don't
it's
know
one of
what
the
it's
worst. Makes you like get cold sweats and shit. Damn, that shit sucks. And the come down is terrible too.
like. I'm out on that. Shit.
I don't know.
next day.
I feel like they're literally trying to like glorify it in a way. Now in social media, I mean, it's like it's all when it first came out. Like you said, you like saw the people doing it. I think there's like a social level where it's like, oh, all my buddies are doing it. I gotta do that shit.
I feel like, I mean, vaping was cool, but it's become socially unacceptable.
And now anybody can get it.
I mean, it's easy to get, but like nicotine has such a stigma around it now. Like it's almost as bad as cigarettes, as far as like the stigma behind it.
Yeah, when it first came out, it was like, oh,
It's not as bad as cigarettes.
Almost.
I wouldn't
if
even
you're
say
like-
almost.
If you're hitting a vape every single day, people are like, "Bro, what a douche."
No, but you can hit a vape in a restaurant and no one's smoke a cigarette, bro.
oh yeah, bro.
You're
Everybody
getting fucking ticketed, dog.
Oh no, definitely. It's because it's got a way more of a like a history.
Yeah, but even if
exactly. That's what.
But I'm talking about the social stigma. Like you're talking about one of your friends. You're talking about a bunch of basic. I don't really give a shit. You can do whatever the hell you
even the
want to
social
do.
stigma,
but-
bro. Like my dad smokes all the time, and he gets looked at way more for hitting that fucking cigarette than I've seen anyone get
Yes,
looked
bro.
at from hitting.
I mean, that shit's probably in my. I can't, because I hear people all the time complaining about cigarettes and stuff, and I'm like, people cannot say other people.
No, they can't. They
Oh
really
God,
can't.
They can't. Like you're smoking a cig outside. Like you don't have to
minding
walk
your
up.
fucking business.
You don't
bro.
have. No one has to walk up to you and smell that shit. Just go
Exactly.
away. Just keep doing what you're
Yeah,
doing.
leave them
Exactly.
the fuck alone.
People always gotta
I
go
remember
into
when we were at a
business and
party.
shit. Oh,
And we were smoking.
God, that pisses me
Oh
off so
my
much,
God,
bro.
We were smoking, and some
Oh.
whiny bitch was like, "What is that?" Like, bro, go on somewhere, bro. Like, damn.
Walk out. No one.
Yeah.
You're the only motherfucker.
And we
that
weren't even
cares.
like in a building or like any enclosed
We
space.
were outside, like around a campfire,
Yep.
and I was like smoking my cig or a cigar. Either
We
one.
weren't even around like a lot of people at all. I don't think there
No.
was many people around us. Like, we literally stepped aside and like
Like
away
we
from
always
everybody.
do. We're chilling by ourselves around
Yep.
a fire, like 3 or 4 people around us, and everyone wants to come hang out. Can come hang out. People will walk up and sit down and be like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
we chiefing big darts in this shit. Go
Yeah,
away.
exactly. It's like, ooh, like, why y'all smoking that? Like, damn, bitch, mind your own business, bro.
Like I'm literally trying. I came here to chill out and enjoy myself, and you were killing the vibe, bro. Go away. But meanwhile, motherfuckers will be chiefing on that fucking skunk shit. Be like,
Oh, bro, let me
yeah,
get some,
let
bro.
me get a hit, bro.
Hey,
Man, that shit smell good
hey,
as fuck.
bro.
That-
We
God,
besties, right?
That same bitch probably like smoked a cig though.
Yeah, no, definitely.
No, for real, because those same bitches, this exact same bitches that would complain about how it stinks,
Or they got vape.
would literally come up 2 weeks later and be like, "Can I get one of those?"
Yep.
Like,
Fuck you.
go away.
Yep.
Fuck off. That shit's annoying. as
Anything
hell.
else you want to add about your nicotine like experience? Like what it makes you feel like? Why you do it anymore? Like Why? I mean, we've tried to get him to stop multiple times. I mean,
I'm in the process right now
No.
of stopping.
Don't lie.
We
bro.
tried.
No, I really am.
You've
Like,
been in the process for God knows how long, bro. Don't
no,
like 4 years at least.
no. Since I'm married now, and there's probably gonna be a future, a couple of years, whatever. I'm trying to limit it every once in a while. Like,
Yeah, you need to be stopping that shit.
like when I'm at work, I'll hit it once, and then I'll wait 30 minutes to an hour. And hit
Oh
it again.
boy. Be set at a 30-minute timer.
No.
Oh boy, he's I'm sucking that shit again.
Well, I hit it and I get on my phone, don't think about it,
He
and
kicking
then,
my feet and shit.
and then out of nowhere, just hit it randomly, stay on my phone, don't even think about it, because like this whole podcast, I haven't even hit it.
Yeah.
I mean, like if I don't think about it, I don't do it.
You know what he's thinking in his head right now?
I can't wait for this shit to be over. I need it.
Oh, I need that shit.
Next topic, fuck you.
No. Is that true?
No, I'm literally waiting to go to the gym.
We're going to PR, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of,
Oh shit.
Oh no.
this motherfucker chiefing on that Nick and hitting PRs and his shit, by the way.
Oh yeah, I've tried to get him off. Like, okay, look, this dude was stuck, barely making any progress, and I was like, "Hey, bro, you gotta start eating. You gotta get off that nicotine. Like, nicotine is a vasoconstrictor. Like,
You can't eat as much food as you're supposed
It's
to.
an appetite suppressor. I mean, it literally fucks you up if you're trying to like gain
Oh,
size
FYI,
and get stronger.
caffeine and nicotine, if you're trying to lose weight, is a very, very, very good supplement. It cannot control your appetite.
Yeah, because it does suppress it so fucking much. So that is very true. Not the healthiest option. Man, the fuck up, but
But
you
if
need
you're
something.
going to do that shit, if that's what you need to do not smoke or vape. Take snooze.
Meth does the
or
same
some
thing.
shit. Meth does the same shit. Meth is the same shit. Actually,
Hey, bro, I've seen.
as a matter of fact, you could go ahead and kill it right there and fuck Nick, fuck caffeine, straight meth by itself.
Real shit. I saw this one dude cut like 80 pounds on meth for 3 months. He's only on it for 3 months. He came off that shit and never touched that shit again.
For real, he never touched it, and he still kept the weight off.
Yeah,
it works.
he hit the weight off. So like, everybody knows what I'm talking about. I'm like,
Mm.
hey, straight, it works. Disclaimer: we're not doctors, medical professionals. So if you're going to do math, you need to consult with your doctor, physician. So
Not recommending, but we are giving
yeah.
you options.
yeah, can't be held liable.
Fuck it, we
Yeah.
might have just like
Shit.
Somebody did meth because this video.
They said to do it, so let's do it.
No, we didn't say to do it. We just
No.
said what could happen
You know,
if you did it.
Yeah, we're
It's
just
an
we're just
option.
fucking.
We're not recommending, but it's an option. Yeah. Disclaimer.
But anyway.
Continue your story, what you were saying, though.
Oh, well, like we keep trying to get this guy to do what he's supposed to do.
You're talking about
That he
eating
can-
more,
yeah.
get off nicotine.
Yeah, he just want to fucking do it.
He
and it's just
never
like-
does it.
But now he's jumping up crazy fucking good. You know,
No.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. It was
You can search my fucking body. There's no needle anywhere. Needle holes, nothing.
Okay,
no
bro,
back
you're taking
acne.
orals. We know.
Oh damn!
That's what it is. He switched up to the orals. 'cause
Look at his ears getting all red. Okay.
It's
Man,
fucking
every-
hot down here.
Every young,
I don't
every
feel
That
young,
should be hot in hell for lying, bro.
Oh,
every
Shit.
young man no one wants to start their first cycle out taking a fucking pin in their ass, bro. Everyone wants to just take a pill and get bigger. Real shit.
It's
You
just
go
a
search
PED.
my fucking house. There ain't no
It's just a
damn
PED.
pills.
It's not steroids, bro.
Uh,
Some things take a creatine.
There's been a couple people in our group that's been moving a little suspect, but you know, it is what it is. That's their own. They sleep in the bed they lay in.
Disclaimer, but also another fucking disclaimer. A lot of disclaimers on this video. When we talk about this shit, we're not shitting on you for your numbers,
Oh, I know.
and we're not shitting on you because you're getting PRs. There are several factors that we look at that we
Real.
all come together, and it's like, okay,
Uh-huh.
this is not suspicious because you're hitting numbers. This is suspicious because this, and this all correlates towards this being suspicion
Yeah.
towards you.
Plus a little bit of line, you know.
Line in the past, yeah.
Yeah, plus factors that have happened in the past that we also.
Hey, yeah.
But hey, if they do it honestly though, like
But I told you
Well, if
why I
they're
wouldn't
hitting
take it.
straight numbers, bro,
Yeah.
and not juicing and hitting this shit and doing what they're supposed to do,
I just want to know what your
Good
diet's
shit.
like. What do you eat on a weekly basis?
Breakfast, I normally just eat Pop-Tart on the way to work. Well, you ask a question
turn
and you
around
run
and
off.
bend over and pull your fucking pants down, bro. A Pop Tart?
I'm listening, bro. Let's continue.
Oh my god.
I'm listening, dog.
All right.
Go ahead. dude.
Normally I ain't got time to eat breakfast, so I just grab a thing of Pop-Tarts, eat them on the way to work or where I'm at work. For lunch, I haven't been going out to eat fast food. I got some microwavable meals from Walmart instead of going out and eat fast food. And then for supper, we've been doing like steak, a little bit of pasta, a little bit of fish, just big meals, and I've been eating just a fuck ton of it.
Right.
Okay,
Acceptable.
you can't digest 90% of that shit because you eat one meal. That's fine. It's just kidding. We all know that every meal is 500% more anabolic when your wife and or mother is cooking it.
But he did have
And or grandmother.
he did have to talk me down on my creatine though, because I told him I was doing like 10 grams.
Didn't I tell you one time that taking 10 grams could be like more beneficial? I think
No. I saw it on the first podcast when you were saying how much creatine you were taking, and you blew up.
And I told him,
and I was like, okay, I need to take like 2 scoops.
I told him
all
there's no need to take more.
I'm like almost double your body.
That's
That's
what he
why-
told
that's
me.
why I
That's why
told
I'm
him.
only doing 1
I'll
now.
be honest, I don't even think you 5.
I'm like
You're-
I weigh
you're
100 pounds
too-
more than you. Oh, I mean, I would take 5 just because that's like just one fucking scoop,
Mhm.
and you have to wait out otherwise. But
You take 5, don't you?
every day.
You don't need 5 right now.
they only have 10
You
pounds
need to
difference,
work your-
though.
Yeah,
You weigh 170?
bro. I was taking
Well,
5
like
at one.
170.
When I was 148 pounds, I was still taking 5.
Oh shit.
I'm close to 180,
That makes
dude.
a lot more sense. I thought this guy was still like 150, 160.
That's back in high school. Fuck that.
You bet. You
Hey,
back in high school.
bro, that's like a year.
Yeah,
that's
that's like a year.
hey, that's another thing, bro.
Happened.
Let's just spill the beans a little bit.
Spill the man.
One 20 pound increase in body weight in what? 8 months. What are you 160?
How fat is he? I'll check his stomach. Check his stomach. Check his ass.
Okay, all right.
Bad lighting in his belly. That's not a good.
He's got a barrel.
You want me to stand up and show you my dad bod?
See that bush
I don't
first
think it's
of
a
all.
dad bod.
No, I'm not showing
I
you
was,
the
I
bush.
was, that's what
Bo won't see my bush.
Hey,
I'm offended.
Pull a picture out.
we got faith.
Hey, bro, I'll say
We have little faith, but it's there.
anybody else go from 265 to 315 in like, I don't know, 3 months? On bench?
Or how about dropping 40 pounds and jumping up 15 on bench?
Fuck. You're mistaken on 15. It's like actually, what, 30 pound increase on that? It's not me, by the way. The other dudes, but. Anyway.
We just like to deny science anyway.
Yeah.
This is a bro science
Real as fuck.
podcast. This is not a scientific podcast. This is
Which is just what the world needs. Another bro science podcast.
yes, bro.
So,
Are you being sarcastic?
Yeah.
we've talked about a little bit of nicotine. Recently, I don't know if anybody here knows or anybody out there knows. Alcohol sales are decreasing like a motherfucker.
Okay.
Like,
Crazy.
going down.
Hallelujah.
Look, I'm gonna tell you the exact reason why right now. Pandemic is gone. No one is chilling in their house and drinking themselves to death anymore.
Well, but
That might be a factor.
yeah, another reason is because like a lot of our younger generation now smoke a lot more. Like it's just like weed, anything.
Cigarettes aren't making a comeback.
They are. They really are. And that's why like a lot of the alcohol sales are decreasing because like the
Steady stream.
the youth is like just,
Wait, stop. Hang on.
I stopped picking it up.
I thought it would.
It's funny. Oh, but the youth is just putting their money, like their cash flow into other drugs. I mean, that's what it is. So,
I mean, weed's killing everything, honestly.
alcohol, like a lot of the major companies, what they're doing is trying to like get a hold of Gen Z and the younger generations and stuff by really putting forward ads to prey on their curiosity to try it, which I think is pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
But that's crazy.
You know, there's been the whole fucking thing about alcoholic protein drink, where it's like alcohol that has 10 grams, 15 grams of protein in it.
And you see a lot of fit bros that like, oh, I can't drink. You know, I'm not going to drink because like they're prepping for a meet, you know, bodybuilding show, what the fuck ever. Or they just like don't want to have that affecting their body like that or their testosterone levels, so they don't fucking drink when they go out. And they're trying to like market that to the people that don't want to drink. They're like, oh, but it's got fucking like grams of protein in it, bro. Drink this shit.
Whatever. If you drink 5 of those, there's no reason to have the protein anyway. Your body can't sit this.
Yeah, but it's so like counterproductive.
It's just them trying to grab a hold of a market that not usually alcohol drinkers. So they're like, but pretty much the only like fitness guys that drink is like a lot of powerlifters drink.
Yeah,
because
they already got some fat on them, so like, what does it matter, you know? Like,
and And they're just trying to hit big fucking lifts.
Why you see so many more like fruity drinks now? So much like seltzer.
And the seltzers have got so much better over the years. Like the seltzers used to be absolute ass a long time ago.
Yeah,
And
dude, the
now
White
you got-
Claws, when White Claws first came out, they were terrible. I don't understand.
I've never liked the White Claw.
That was just marketing. They just
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Yeah, White Claw killed it on marketing, but like, and got all the white bitches thinking that they were something special by having one. But, like,
Truly's your word.
I've been. I don't
Wait
know.
till you find out fucking Happy Dad, bro. I'm surprised I haven't tried it.
I like the
yet.
Corona seltzers.
None of
Hey,
us
Twisted
tried.
Happy Dad. Bro, I'm telling you, y'all would fucking bust.
We haven't. We've
I think you
all
should.
cut back on our drink.
Yeah.
Like the past 7.
Yeah, but
That's
hey, it's gonna be broke a little bit because
Spring break coming up.
yes, it's fucking here,
It's
boys.
this week.
So
We
maybe
got
we can
beach
get a
day coming
vlog, go to the beach. You
Stay
know,
tuned.
What day?
have a nice little vibe.
Tuesday.
The beach that is definitely located in California, where shit is also everything's fucking legal. Anyway,
We're all definitely every single one of us are 20,
oh yeah, 21 plus.
including the big fat dude with the glasses.
Gotta be. We'll all go to Florida. Our medical cards. We have a residency there.
I already got my medical card, but I can't show it on cam.
And I have a legal documentation
Yeah,
signed by
I-
the President of the United States
and
that
I
I
signed
am a
a,
marijuana tester. So
I signed an NDA, so I can't disclose any of my information, or the local law enforcement.
Signed the NDA with who?
The people that gave him the information card. Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
Bored of that shit.
Any other topic you want to openly discuss? Any
Dude,
questions?
like fucking break us down. If you want to like us to not make fun of you for fucking being on gear,
Oh yeah, go.
then fucking like you better start telling us how
Let's-
you're training and what you're eating.
Let's
for
hear
real,
the-
for real.
I want to hear the defense case. We gave the prosecutor stance. Let's hear the defense.
I mean, what you want me to say? Y'all can say I'm on
This
shit.
is good shit for the pod anyway. Just break down how you're training.
How I'm
Hey, hey,
training.
let's break
So
down your
recently,
rest
how
is
I
like-
jumped up from 290 to 300 is doing what you and Jackson told me.
From 290 to whoa. Oh, okay.
I put
Never mind.
255 on the bar, and for about 2 or 3 weeks, I was doing it for 3 sets of 3 without my ass coming up. And I was sitting there doing that, and when I was doing triceps, I was training triceps hard. Then one day, I worked up to 275. I was like, okay, I'm going to put 290 on the bar. Oh, shit.
So you did that for like a week, 2 weeks.
I did it for about 2 to 3.
No, you did not do that shit.
Yes,
no,
because
it was
I-
maybe a week and a
Because
half.
you told me, you said quit doing it every week. You told me to
I
quit trying.
think that was like a week, bro. Straight up. Maybe a
No.
week and a half.
All right, let's take this.
No, because I kept...
Let's just hear them out.
I kept asking you questions on Snapchat, and you kept telling me I keep trying to plan my workouts, just go in there and do them.
Yeah, go off how you fucking feel.
And
like,
that's what I started doing on bench. I
I
go
mean, you
to
got people.
275.
I mean, there's some people
and
in
then I
our
keep
group
going.
that literally go to the gym. They got a fucking journal with them. No offense to anybody that does this shit, but it's like you go in there and you got this shit calculated. How many reps you're gonna do? You're gonna fucking do the same shit over and over and over and over. Bro, listen to your fucking body. You know how many reps you can do. You know how much work you can put in. Put in the fucking work. Like you go in there and you kill your fucking like 5 sets of 5 of 70% at RPE. Shut the fuck up and do the damn weight, bro. Like, damn. Like, oh, this set was RPE 7. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Just do it.
Hold up. Hater talk right here.
Yeah, go ahead. Hell,
Keep your log so that you can figure out what you're doing later.
I'm not saying logging
Because
is
if
bad.
you don't know what you're doing and don't know how you're lifting, you cannot peak properly. Don't know where your body's at normally, you cannot peak properly.
I kind of keep that shit up here a little bit. But
I mean, I really don't give a shit about how much weight I'm doing. Deadlift. I can memorize them. Doing them week to week. I don't have a lot to remember.
yeah, bro, if you can't remember, like, kind of like a 4-week plan, like how you've been going about, like, not killing it. You don't care about it as much if you're fucking forgetting, like, oh, where was I at 4 weeks ago? How much weight were you lifting on deadlift? What was your top set? You know?
That's what I was say. Like, so 6 months ago, how much?
6 months ago, I was doing 285. Wasn't I?
No.
Hang on. No,
Or was that when I
in
did that,
October?
the 290 at your house?
My God, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
The 290 was only like 2 months ago. Yeah. Been jumping. You were like at 265 6 months.
If not.
Yeah, so like this guy's going for a 315 PR. I hope he gets it. I hope he don't injure himself or some stupid shit. Obviously.
But what could make me spike up in the weight, though, is me eating a lot and actually training correctly, though. Because back when I was in high school, I really didn't care about the weights. I didn't
Eating a
go
lot
hard.
does not make you bigger.
I'm talking
Not
about
necessarily.
eating a lot and training right.
All right, prosecution coming in real quick.
All right.
This is why I thought it was a little suspicious. Now, everybody's different, but when we were training, like everybody in the gym that was training really hard when we were in high school, we would plateau there for a good little bit. Like, I got stuck at 295 for a year. I've been stuck at the squat I'm at now for about a year. And, like, I'm an elite lifter now, but, like, even with newbie gains and stuff, you would plateau. And you'd plateau hard. And now he was plateaued hard before. But now he's gone from, like, 265 bench, like, going for a 315 attempt in, like, 6 months max at least, which is absolutely insane to me. In a year, he's added over 100 pounds to the squat. And he's added about 30 pounds to the deadlift. So,
More than 30 pounds, right?
So 130.
I'm about 430 now on deadlift.
130.
He's added like
Dude, like,
you've added
100
like what 70 pounds.
Like,
So-
10 months ago, you did 335 on squat.
So newbie gains are gone from him, and he's jumped up almost 200 pounds on his fucking total. And like the past, like you were at like 900 something on your total not too long, and now you're at like 1100 something,
1135.
1135.
I
So
think a little bit over since I did that 430.
now I don't think he's been like doing shit that fucking long, but I think there might have been like some type of enhancement or some type of extra. Now I don't. This is all hearsay. He only knows what he's done.
I'll take a damn blood test.
I've been accused of taking gear. Quinn's been accused of taking gear. We've all been accused of taking gear, you know. But this is why we brought this up when we're like, hey, bro, like, if anybody's using gear, you better speak up. Because, like, you're going to hide this shit. That's not right. You lying to us. You're not being honest with yourself, not being honest with your numbers. And we don't want to have any dishonesty like that in our group. So, like, you're out. And I think he would have spoke up with that being, you know, the case. So that's what I saw. He's also bulked up a little bit from like 160 to
I'm about 178 now.
so
That's
about
my age.
18 pounds in like the past 4 or 5 months. So you started eating more. So 4 or 5 months, and that's about the time he started increasing in weight. And there was another thing. Now he said he was joking.
I was.
He
'Cause I
said-
can tell you the exact guy and everything. I can tell you all about it.
He said he was joking, but he did come to me asking me if I wanted to get on enhancements.
We also joke about gay butt sex too. We're not being serious about that.
Yeah, but
All right, hang
Yeah.
on. Don't
Yeah.
try to cop it out by saying some shit like that.
Okay, but look. So he came to me asking if I wanted to be enhanced with him. I said no. He tried to gaslight me, being like, "Oh, don't you want to hit 600 pounds?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll get it if I'm going to get it." Right. So I thought he might have went to another member in our group that we also suspect, you know, and they might have, you know, started it together. I don't know. That's just what I speculate. Maybe completely fucking wrong. The other member has lost like 40 to 50 pounds.
Okay, we shouldn't say anything on that unless he's here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's
All right.
true.
Yeah. I agree. All right. So anyway, that's what I saw in this. So
Man, I can't speak. It's just suspicious how everything is going up so quickly without.
It just
you
shocks
gaining-
me too.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
No, I'm serious. I'm literally in the gym. And I don't go in the gym planning to max. I go in there and I'm like, okay, this
No,
is
I
good.
know. I watched you. I was benching one day and I was doing my workout and you came in. I was there. You were there for maybe 10 minutes. You came in and you warmed up and had the max on the bar within 10 fucking minutes, trying to hit a max in 10 fucking minutes.
Mhm.
And like you failed 85% of your max, or like 90% of your max. Like got nowhere near. And then like 2 weeks later, you hit the 10-pound PR, and now you're going for 15 pounds on top, 25-pound gain in a month. Which is weird as fuck, because only motherfuckers that are on gear can come back and hit PR after
We
PR
need to stop
after
saying
PR.
gear because maybe it's not gear. But what
that's,
No,
why,
it's
that's
gear.
why I said enhancements. That's why I
Yeah.
said
Enhancements is gear.
I know,
in
but
a
I'm just
sense.
saying, like, what are you taking?
Not taking anything. I'll call my wife right now and she'll clarify. that
Hey,
I'm not
she ain't
taking
gonna
it.
know.
Oh, you
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
She's not gonna know.
She ain't gonna know.
All right, go ahead and defend yourself though. That's what I've seen.
I've defended it. I've told you the reason why I wouldn't be on it.
So
And I'm not
Yeah.
going to say that out here.
yeah, okay. I want to say that out loud, but
I think that reason's.
yeah, I don't know.
Even if you were to admit it right here,
But I mean,
we
if-
could
if-
cut
hey,
it out.
hey,
We
for
will
that-
probably cut out some of this shit.
Yeah, but for that same logic, it's like, why are you still doing nicotine? A harmful poison to your body. and you're worried about androgens.
And you're going for a PR like every other fucking week, which is terrible for your body. That's how you get
That's what I'm saying.
One's worse than the other, though.
And why would
Nicotine-
They're both
not-
bad. They're both really bad.
I agree. They're
and why
both
would you
bad.
feed your body bullshit?
But that's what I've seen. Now you do claim that you've been eating more. You've been more focused in the gym. I think.
Mhm.
Been, I think, more dedicated to it because
100%.
I think like before he wasn't even showing up for like some of his workouts. He'd just go fucking home
Or I would just max and then be done with squat or deadlift
and go home.
and wouldn't do accessories.
So
Yeah, but the problem with that shit is like training is only like 30 to 40% of your act. Stronger or bigger. The rest of it is
genetics,
rest. No, well, genetics, diet, rest,
lifestyle.
recovery.
That's absolutely.
That's what I mean. It really is what it is. Your training guides where you want to go. It's not necessarily going to give you all the results. That's where the thing is. There's a lot of dudes that will train like shit, sleep good, and eat good, and do the right shit, and will still get big fucking gains because they do everything.
Yep.
Like, that's how you got guys that will walk in the fucking gym. Like, that's how Jackson is going to put up these major ass numbers like 3 or 4 years ago. Train like an absolute like retard.
Like a
But
demon, bro. On demon.
Yeah,
But like, did not train smartly at all, but did everything else
literally,
right.
I remember days where I'd go to like I'd only have like one rest day a week, and I'd be in the gym at least 8 hours a day. I'd train 4 hours powerlifting and then do 4 hours of mixed martial arts. And I just kill it because I wanted to just kill myself, bro. So I was like, that was my way of like getting my pain out and my feelings out. Was like if I couldn't fucking walk at the end of the day, like there's nothing else I could do. I was drained. I could sleep. If I didn't drain myself like that, I couldn't fucking sleep at night. That's how I was training like that, and then I wound up getting injured, put my ass out for a year. I think I needed that. I think it helped me. I think it made me a better person, helped me develop a little bit.
That probably made you think about training and
Made me think about
surely.
a lot of other shit, bro, and like it made me have to live with myself, you know. So, what you gotta say? Anything else you want to just talk about? Anything in your life you proud of or accomplishments you want to like discuss?
Proud of me.
Got married what now? Like have you guys had an anniversary yet, or
No.
Got married in May.
you got a couple more months?
You gonna do anything for it?
Depends on if our schedules are open or not. Cause she'll be working at the hospital by then.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll take a weekend trip somewhere. It's probably good if you could.
You said you had something in Florida, right?
Cut that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Just joking. Yeah, probably go.
You're gonna have some work to do on the pod right here. There's gonna be some shit having
Go
to
to
be
the
bleeped
mountains.
out. And...
Yeah, there's one thing I got to bleep out that I know of. All right. Well, y'all got anything else to add, or?
You got any more
No.
fucking topics that we can shit on?
I mean, always. We go always have that.
Well.
But
I appreciate you guys for joining us and listening. It really means a lot to us. Again, don't forget to check us out on Instagram at G.H.G18 for fitness-related content and memes. For our Spotify listeners, this podcast is posted to YouTube for those who would prefer to also watch. We hope you had a good day, and we were glad that you can make us a part of it. And for those that listen this far,
oh, that's great, man.
we'll probably start leaking the merch on my Instagram, so be sure you're checking that. We'll probably post on the stories a little bit, and our website will be live probably May at least. It will definitely be up, but hopefully within the next month, have all of our merch. Really appreciate you guys for supporting that.
By the way, heads up, we got spring break content that will be slowly trickling out.
Yeah, so if you start seeing like stuff that looks a little bit more like spring break content, I'm gonna schedule them. I'm gonna record a lot of videos, have them scheduled to post. That way, you guys are having like weekly content. I don't just like dump it all at once. So if you think it was recorded earlier date, probably was, but finals are coming up for me. So this midterm week was absolutely awful. So I'm hoping I'll have a little more time to study on finals and kind of put my priority on schoolwork and academic, and then have some content trickling in for you guys. I appreciate y'all being patient with that, though. All right.
We're out.
Glad y'all could come here.